afraid you've come to the wrong place.
What's going on, YouTube? Two-Tone here. Just want to make a quick video talking about Solstice and the overall impressions of this season. Miss Ava Levante's last day in the towers today. I thought it'd be a good time to go back, talk a little bit about the event and overall impressions I had of how it was received this season. Like usual, the typical Solstice event is the European Aerial Zone, which has come back, I believe now for the third or fourth time. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the third time we've had this event. Each time it kind of comes back just a little bit different, but for the most part, the core mechanics of it are the same. Fly in with a group of 3, run around the grounds, and kill bosses. What are in the comments? Tell me about how you've perceived this season. If you felt like the overall mission was a little different, a little better, the little jump pads that they added. For the most part, the core has stayed the same. Do you feel like we're in need of a refresh? Do you feel that this is getting a little stale? I don't personally feel like this event being a free event and available to all new light players, free-to-play players, paid players. I feel like it kind of touches on a little bit of a sweet spot. Granted, I feel like there's enough to do for people wanting to grind stuff out, but also there's enough here that new players aren't going to be so overwhelmed. We'll talk about the overall feeling of the rewards and everything shortly. But for the most part, we go around, we kill targets, we kill bosses. We've done this over and over and over for the past couple seasons. These little jump pads are okay. Something that they added in this season, kind of help you get around. What are your impressions on the European Aerial Zone? Do you want to see it come back again? Would you like to see them change it up even more? How do you think you can make it better? Do you feel like it's already fine the way it is? Personally, after a little bit of time playing this event, I started to get... After finishing it, I started doing it by the time I hit my 3rd armor set. I was pretty overdoing it and only really did what it was required of me to finish the set that I was working on at the time, which by the time the 3rd set comes around, I believe was only one or two times through here. So give me your impressions down in the comments. How did you feel this season was? How do you feel the rewards are? How do you feel it plays out after doing it for so long? With that said, do you think it's time for Bungie to make a change? Has this type of activity ran its course? Has the need for something different in between seasons? Personally, I felt like this was the first time that Solstice actually fit in with the story, considering that we were working on something, getting rid of the Endless Night in Season of the Splicer, and now we are at the point where we think that we're okay. We think Korea is defeated, we've altered Savathun's plans, and now it's time for celebration, and we can't jump up here. It's time for celebration, letting our guard down. And I think it's kind of cool because, like, leading out of this season, we have some pretty big stakes coming up. And us having an event that's 3 or 4 weeks long, the time of celebration, after we believe we have defeated the biggest threat of the season, we come back and our guard is let down. We are vulnerable, which I think coming into the next 2 weeks, leading up to the epilogue quest, the final expunge mission, that I feel like having Solstice in between kind of, like I said, puts it that little soft spot in between. That little soft spot in between the end of the season. And it's a free-to-play event. We should not expect tons of stuff to come out of it, but I think that does just enough to kind of bridge the gap between the end of the season, not having it be too much, not having it too overwhelming. I really could use some heavy ammo here as well. That'd be super awesome. But what are your thoughts on how this plays out? On does it do enough to keep you interested in the game? Did you finish all 3 sets? I wish I could hit really good tethers here. I don't think I've ever had her come over here, honestly. But does Solstice keep you playing? Does the objectives for the armor keep you wanting to grind out all 3 sets? I liked this season because it didn't feel like any of the objectives were too overbearing. It felt like it did just enough to keep you in the game. You had a month to do it. And if you had finished one set, the second and third sets meant by... Where'd she go? The second and third sets actually finished relatively quickly. I feel like in past seasons that's been lost a little. They've actually kind of streamlined it, making it not so hard for people to do. I'm gonna die. Like I say, coming into it, you can't expect a three-player activity, a free-to-play activity to be too much, and I feel like that Solstice this season was a better version of what we've had in the past. Besides the drop rates being significantly reduced on packages, showing us where the chests are in here was a big change. I think it made it a little bit easier to get packaged, a little bit able to grind pieces. The armor, from what I've told, which I have yet to see, apparently there is a chance to get super high armor after you've done every single objective, every single chest, or every single armor piece. You can get really, really high rolls up to 100. I've seen people get 100 stat rolls on armor. Me personally, I've yet to see it. And I don't know what kind of drop rate that has. Maybe next season they'll change that. I don't know, but I've yet to get anything other than blues from armor. I've gotten a couple pieces of Solstice armor out of the chest. But nothing worth keeping or nothing worth writing home besides turning just the set into an ornament. Compass Rose being a shotgun specific to the event. Something to grind for, something that's very similar in archetype to Retold Tale. I've yet to get a decent roll on that, and I don't know if I would be invested enough to keep grinding. Just after getting all the armor, like I said, this event is fun for, just like my clan, it's fun for the first couple of times you do it, then it's rinse and repeat over and over and over. But so please share your thoughts down in the comments. What was your feelings of Solstice? Did it feel like it hit a sweet spot for you this season? Did it feel fun? Did it feel overbearing? Did it feel like you just didn't care? That's fine as well. Well, that's it for the video. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. Please like and subscribe. Have a great day.